Hi, hello, writers. You have made it. You've made it through the beginning. You now have a hook, a setting, a conflict, problem, or lesson in your story, and you set up your characters. You got through the meaty middle where you built tension, included a climax, and showed clearly what happens. And now it's time for the big finish. I personally think finishing the endings of your stories are the hardest part to write. So here are some tried and true tactics that writers use and that you can try. You might try writing a quick version of each of these and see which one you like. So let me go through the three of these. First of all, I love, love, love to read my piece aloud. Read your piece aloud to a real audience and notice where people react. What you're looking for is people who gasp, who laugh, who get teary eyed, or who go, oh no. Those are things that you want to make note of. And then you ask yourself, can I recycle? Can I revisit any of those areas at the end of my piece? So if someone laughed at something you said, a turn of phrase or a piece of the story, then maybe you can find a way to plug that back in at the end of your story again. Another tactic is to review your hook. If you used a question in your hook, maybe you can answer it at the end. If you quoted somebody, maybe you come back to that quote and unpack it in a different way now that your reader's been through your entire story. Or if you used an onomatopoeia, maybe you can recycle that. This is true for any of the hooks. I think we talked about a poem or statistics. That sort of thing can also be used, or a quote reused at the end, and then it gives your reader that feeling of nice bookends, that it started the same way it ended, and it feels like a good ending to your reader. It feels satisfying. One of the last techniques I would say is just give a moral of the story. Maybe you learn to be good, a better person, or maybe you learn to be bad. Sometimes you can do a little trickery with the moral of the story and make it something silly or funny or surprising that you had. But it's also okay to go deep, especially if it's been a really funny story, maybe to go into a really sort of deep and truthful place and surprise your audience a little bit. So I hope those help. I'm interested to see what tactics you try. Thanks for listening.